Good afternoon, everybody. Today's message for today is a four-parter. Mass immigration, false prophets, uncultured Asians, and a solution to all of this mess that we're going through today. Around 30,000 Asians from mainland China immigrate to Canada at a mass rate legalized by the Canadian government. So many people coming in year by year, wealthy business people that do not help the population, who do not invest in a visa program like in the United States, the EB-5 e-visa, which has to make investors find and make a business that allows 10 poor Americans to get to work. Canada does not have this program. This immigration law that we have is the descendant of the British imperial system, where the British Empire brought a lot of people into Great Britain to do work. This is a nightmare. Makes the most liberal Democrats, Obama administration, blush. It destroys the culture of the people here. It makes the majority white population very uneasy, and it's not very great. Okay. First, we had immigration from Hong Kong. People from the Cantonese region in the early era, 19th century, they're labor workers. They're still here. They're still doing these jobs. They don't have much money. Secondly, people from Hong Kong before the 1997 takeover, which they fear that Hong Kong might be direct communist controlled. Their fear of the proletariat being killed or executed or re-educated by the Communist Party. Now, rich, fat business people coming from Communist China under the Deng Xiaoping plan. Deng Xiaoping said, doesn't matter what the cat's white blood, as long as it drags the money. The money, where is the money going? Going back to mainland China. Perhaps they're trying to reinstitute and reconquer the world in the name of Marxism, Bolshevism, which is a fear that people should understand. Before communism, you have socialism, and you need to be sufficiently capitalized before a communist state, a Earth nirvana, has to take place. And there are smaller immigrant population from Taiwan, the former country where the Kuomintang stays, but the modern Kuomintang is not the same as the Kuomintang in the 30s under Chiang Kai-shek, who had a very good fascist party who tried to culture Asians in European ways and be both European and Asian at the same time, which is a very tall calling, and I believe which we should put in place. And the remaining immigrants from Southeast Asia, which South Koreans call niggers. They're Negroes. I met a lot of these people. They act like Negroes. They're born Asian. They have Asian faces, they Asian blood, but they act like Negroes. They want to work on plantations. They act like apes. I can name a lot of names on top of my head. Most of them are working in churches. Protestant evangelicals. They have nothing else to do. They have lots of money. They help their poor Asian cousins flesh and blood out. They're selfish capitalist pigs who care nothing more than the money in their business. They get married. They invite a lot of people to their parties. That's all they do. Aristocracy without any agenda or ambition. False prophets. Watch some video clips of false prophets using religion to entertain the masses. Just entertainment. Nothing more than entertainment, not sacrifice, not helping the population out. They own several large churches down in number 4, where I live in Richmond. I believe these churches should be collectivized and put under party control. I prefer the party that Kuomintang in the 1938, the fascist program, Italian fascism. All of these corporations must be party controlled, collectivized, and corporativized. And people should be regimented. Democracy should be taken away temporarily, perhaps for several generations, until these people can be cultured. The British are right. Asian people are uncultured. They don't know anything about the West. Only the very rich can be cultured, but this is not fair to the people of poor. And these pigs that come here are not the best blood. They did not make the sacrifice in the Second World War, the war of resistance against the Japanese. Those built the army, the military people, military personnel that served in the Kuomintang, the National Revolution Army when they were in the mainland fighting in conjunction with the United States when we were allies. But we were betrayed by the Zionist community who refused to defeat Mao Zedong because of the fear of Stalin and the Soviet Union. They would not provide enough supplies to stop the Soviet Union to continue to fight against communism and Bolshevism. Put on these idiots. These false prophets should be taken out immediately. They need to be cooperation with the white population, the majority of the people here who came from Great Britain. British people have an Indian mindset. They believe in caste. And this is passed on to these apes, these capitalist buffoons that come here to Canada, especially Southeast Asians and the Hong Kongese. Caste system. Rich, merchant class. Read about Indian history. Caste is very important in Indian society, and it's passed on to Buddhists and also Protestant Christians who are not formally indoctrinated in true Christianity, Greek Orthodox Christianity, which I believe is a form of Christianity that all Asians, Chinese people here should adopt and be formally catechized. And they should come to feast days whenever possible. But this has to be done by strict party control of a new Kuomintang. There's a book about this. Blue Shirt Fascism. It's a secret society in the 30s. Only to be stopped in 1938, cut down, cancelled because Nazi Germany, Hitler turned to the Japanese, which was a very big mistake because the Japanese dragged Europe, America into the Second World War, and we see the consequences of a socialized and uncultured Europe of today who are afraid of sticking the necks up and say, hey, something's going wrong, accepting Muslim immigrants. Prophet Muhammad tried his religion, false prophets, again, primitive, stupid, but could be used as a tool to sway the masses. The Japanese viewed a Muslim I met in Japan, which gave me a shahada. The Darwin evangelist to me refused my offer. He refused to send me to Medina, to Saudi Arabia, to study Islamic religion. False prophecy. They can't do it. Shoot chicken again. They think they're of a higher caste than I am. Caste system again. Race, no, maybe. There is racism in Islam. It's Arab nationalism, Arab imperialism. Once you're able to be Arabs or second-class Arabs, and caste is still there. I hate caste, and also like it too. These people who don't understand caste, they put the people who are of higher caste into a low caste. It makes me an untouchable, where I'm supposed to be a Raj or a Brahmin, a warrior. Try to join the Canadian forces to be a warrior. A good caste in the Indian society. Anglo-American point of view. Indian, East Indian, subcontinent, country neighboring China, 1.2 billion people. The birthplace of Gautama, the original Buddha. Buddhism is a very peaceful religion. It's a nice religion to have. It is associated with Asians all the way around the world. Mass immigration, again, we should stop this mass immigration. It's a nightmare. Kick these people out or put these people under special authority under the Kuomintang Party, a newly reformed Kuomintang Party that I wish white Canadians can sympathize with this cause. It is not going very good because in the future years we're going to war with our rogue states that are Asian. North Korea is threatening to tear up the peace treaty with South Korea and invade. We're going to go to war, and Asians will be under suspicion again, just like in the Second World War. There will be an exclusion act again. Hope this doesn't happen, but it will happen. It's also a possibility. Uncultured Asians, democracy, these things have to be learned. They have to be studied, and they have to be drilled. Asians have to learn drill again, like in the 30s. Generation Jackass Sick drilled Asians. The Samin Youth Corps, a mirror image of the Hitler Youth Corps. You have to learn to live in a community, a Gemeinschaft, a Volksgemeinschaft, a people's community to live together in harmony. It doesn't mean it should be one class. The rich people, the people who are properly bred or aristocracy, Asian aristocracy should be in their places, not being stepped on by morons and buffoons that think they're so great. These false prophets using evangelical Christ should be arrested, promptly, and executed. Using the religion of Jesus Christ the generally Greek Orthodox Church, the Orthodox Christian, the original Church of Christ as a tool of entertainment. Karaoke. Evangelical Chinese churches are karaoke places. I like Korean churches much better. They don't go for money. They go for faith. They go for sacrifice. But that's the whole point of the message of the gospel. Jesus Christ came in the flesh and to save mankind. To give mankind a chance to save themselves. Grace and uncreated grace. We'll talk about later by saying Gregory Palamas, the next feast is Sunday during Great Lent. Yes, I'm not keeping the Great Lent. I tried to keep it with the false mainstream Greek Orthodox churches. Nothing's happening. I was hoping for a prayer, hoping that God may answer. But Greek churches, we believe in synagogues, that you must work. In order for God to work, you must work. You must work with God. You must work with the canon laws and the people that correct group of people that you're with. I propose to the Canadian and American government to collectivize and put agents under my control and the control of people of the parties. Military leaders of the Second World War. These families should be in power. Like Samsung, like LG, like these Hyundai corporations, these big families that run companies in Korea and also like in Japan, Sony, all these Hyundai, Toyota, all these corporate conglomerates should run and be supervised over by the party, which needs security and military and be prompt and very sensitive about security, national security. Watch several clips at the end about fascism, Italian fascism. I hope people can adapt and understand the deals of fascism. It's undemocratic, that's true. It's temporary. Temporary until people can reach a state that they can be self-sufficient and be themselves. The America of today is the America of the 60s and 50s, where Miss Audrey Hepburn's films were filmed, and that it was a ultimate opponent, the Soviet communism, godless atheism, which is not very good. Try it. We all have to have faith. Communism is also faith. It says that there's no God, but you have to believe in that system that will turn Earth into the van. It doesn't work. Millions of people were killed. Millions more are killed more under the communist regime than the fascist regime. Nazi barely scratched or made a paper cut. Hitler knows he's going to hell. They believe in predestination. The office is Frederick the Great, Calvinism, Protestant evangelical, based on Augustine's predestination theories. Yes, he's in hell. I believe all the Nazi Party and all the Soviet Union members are in hell. I believe we can pray for them. I believe we can pray for the dead, not for purgatory, but to believe their soul in some way. It's mystery, it's unknown, but you have to know more about it. To understand it, you have to go to special people, gurus, special hermits that live in caves, that dwell in places under autonomous churches, hermits in the Middle East, Greece, Mount Athos, Agios they call it. Go to these people, talk to these people, understand what they want to know. That's the message for today. This massive Asian invasion, the invasion that the Mongols, comparing to the Mongol invasion in the 13th century. That's what they're doing. They're ruining our culture, uncultured people who don't care about people. We're not supposed to be in their places. We're on the wrong case. We're self-proclaimed case system. Chinese case system, some India system. Most of these are merchants. Under case, very low, right at the very bottom of the level. Under the level in the India system. Warriors, scholars on top. My ancestors were scholars. They did a good job for China. They helped tutor emperors. They did many things, but I don't know so much about it. But I need to study about this. Oh, China can democratize and bring our family records ahead so we can rule properly as aristocrats. Miss Hepburn's a model for aristocracy. She did a very good job. She's preaching a message of modesty, humility, and Christianity in a quiet, very hietistic way. Pietism. Preached by Gregorius Palamas, is Saint Agios Gregorius Palamas. Breathing techniques, the gay union with God, which is very great. True blue aristocracy. Mass media in the 50s, 60s, given a gift by God. Miss Hepburn, Audrey Hepburn, famous. Watch my website, watch her pictures, watch commentaries on YouTube. She's a good role model, general rights for all Asians. But this has to be done by force. Canadian government, America has to think faster. Republicans, right-wing Republicans, of which the Kuomintang is still attached to. It is not the same thing as Theodore Franklin D. Roosevelt's party in the 30s. 30s liberalism. Democratic Party is the same as republicanism of today. But I urge Canadians to heed my message. Give me a chance to speak. Give me a chance to do something about this mess that we're going through now that may lead to war. Nuclear annihilation is not very funny. Nuclear bombs falling. Banks being hit by high-yield nuclear warheads. Money will turn to paper. Paper that Buddhists burn on special occasions to give to the dead. Much like indulgences in the Roman Catholic Church. But that's the message I have today. People that shouldn't be in their place should be gotten rid of. All these big fat merchants should be conglomerized, corporativized, collectivized, and forced into one mold. And children should be disciplined and marched. But that's the way they should be. A path to world peace. In conjunction with my early messages of praying and faith that God may bring somebody, a saint, perhaps preferably Miss Hepburn, to lead and to guide the human people to a new 1,000 years. Thank you very much, and stay tuned. Watch the rest of the clips I'm going to put on and try to make sense of them. And use your judgment. Why are we being invaded? Why are these people being incarcerated? Do these people know about personal growth and helping people that are poor themselves, their own kind, their own flesh and blood? Idea of fascism, a form of socialism that is corruptive, that is an interesting blend to go against globalization, internationalism, one world government, which I'm against. I believe in an old feudal style guild system that we have in the Middle Ages, where religion and traditional institutions stand. And the revolution in China was to Europeanize also, but not to contradict with our Asian heritage, which is very good, very hard thing to achieve. Much easier to achieve now. People are literate. They can read for themselves, but they have to be made to do this. They have to be dictated upon. They need a strong leader and a still leadership and a uncorrupt leadership, which is provided by Prussian militarism. Japanese used it. They used it in a horrific way, but it can be harnessed used in a good way. Thank you very much. Goodbye. Sikhao, remember the swastika, John Rabbi, a gentleman we see as a saint. Many appeals, I is glad worse. Why is the end of sixth happiness? Many of these Caucasian people, white people that are willing to help China culturalize. Thank you very much. And becoming a higher form of human beings. Bye-bye. Sign off. Sikhao. Saluto el Duce. God bless. In the name of the Fathers and the Sons, the Hiding Guys. Amen.